Hi loves, what is up? It's your girl Shikali here, back at it with another video. And as you guys can tell by the title, I'm going to be sharing with you guys another client video. So I know you guys like them and I'm here to give you guys what you like, okay? So I am going to be working with this 20-inch lace frontal unit. This unit is from ft.Binf Hair. You guys can check the description box down below for all of their information. This is their 20-inch kinky curly, and I have to say I am in love with this hair texture. The curls on this is just amazing. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I customize the frontal. So my only thing that I did not like about the unit was that I just felt like the hairline was so thick, and this kind of required a bit more plucking than normal, than all of my other units that I've ever received. So you definitely want to take your time plucking with this because the hairline is a bit thick, but it can definitely work. So yeah, I'm showing you guys how I customize the hairline. I have so many videos on how I do this. All you really have to do is just pay attention and take your time, and don't over pluck, but don't under pluck. You want it to look natural, but not bald. So this is the technique that I do. I'll part the hair out, pluck behind that part, and then I'll flip that part over that I left out, and then I will pluck that part. So as you guys can see, I parted it, I'm plucking behind it, and that part that you see in front, I will flip that over and then pluck everything together. So this is my technique. Now, I have plenty different ways on how I pluck my frontals. It just depends on the kind of frontal, how thin is the lace, because you don't want to be too rough, and just stuff like that. So everything varies when you have a unit. So I would just say to pay attention to the type of unit that you have and just make sure that you are doing everything correctly. Again, I have so many videos on YouTube. You guys can always go ahead and check out my other videos and, just do it with me. If that helps you, I don't see why not, okay? So, yeah, you guys, I pretty much was just making sure that everything looked a bit more natural than how it came. And I feel like I did a pretty good job. I didn't want to pluck too much because it already wasn't enough parting space on the wig because it's a 13x4. So I was pretty happy with the way that it turned out. So now I'm going to apply the unit on my client. So as you guys can see, she's already glued down. And what I'm doing is just applying the frontal onto the glue, making sure that everything is melted. Now, before I would do this in a way where I would cut the lace off first and then apply the unit. But I decided to do it the other way this time. And then I just have her hold the sides and make sure that she's pressing down on it so that everything can stay in place while I do the other side as well. Because sometimes if you don't do it like that, then the other side will lift up or pull up and it will hurt the client. So always have your clients hold the ear tabs down while you're applying a unit. And then I'm just squeezing the lace in, making sure that everything is melted. And then to cut the lace off, I'm using a razor. Now with this, I like to cut very close to the hairline and not leave so much lace on. And I will leave a little bit, but not too much because I don't want the lace to be detectable. So there's the key right there. And I don't know, I feel like using a razor gives it more of a jagged, natural look rather than the scissors. I feel like the scissors, you have to be a bit more precise and it takes a little bit more time. And when I'm doing hair, I just like to make sure that everything looks pretty good, but not have my client be there all day, okay? So this is the technique I like to do. And yeah, I'm just cutting off those ear tabs around her ears because we definitely don't need those. And then I just go in and melt everything back into her skin. And then for this part, I like to use the end of my rat tail comb. Sometimes you miss an area when pre-laying the glue, and then you put on the unit and you see that some parts are overlapping and don't have any glue for it to stick down. So I just like to apply 2 layers to those open parts with the end of the rat tail comb, and I'm also using the bolt hold glue as well. So then I just melt everything in with that comb, And then I'm going in, and now you guys, this is pretty much like the gist of this video. I wanted you guys to see how I actually do my baby hairs. So I like to actually part out just like a small thin, maybe like a half, not even a half, a very small parting around the hairline, and then I would just go in with the razor. So just a little tip, the shorter you cut the baby hairs, the more natural it will look, and that is what you want. Your goal here for any frontal install is to have it look natural. So I'm going in with some foam. This is the Nairobi foam, and I love this foam. It is amazing. Now, a lot of people say that when using the foam method with the boho, the lace lifts. For me, sometimes that's true on some days, and then other days it's not true. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but either way, the goal afterwards is to make sure that it's tied down, and you guys will see that later on in the video. So for the baby hairs, I wanted to do like big baby hairs because she actually had a low hairline, and I was trying my best to disguise, you know, her actual hairline. So I felt like big baby hairs would look great with this as well. So you guys see me using this little edge brush. Now you guys can get this at the hair store. They're about $1 or on Amazon for like $3, and they give you like 7 packs of these. And what you guys see me doing right now, my goal is not to make the baby hairs look cute at all. I know they look hideous. I know they're big, they're ugly right now. But don't worry, we're going to fix that later on. So my goal right now is just to apply that mousse and to curve those baby hairs so that when it's time to actually go in and customize it, it'll still have the shape that we want. It just won't be as big and as ugly. Okay? So now I am just going back in with some more mousse, and I am just making sure that everything is wet so that when I tie down her hair with those spandex strips like you guys see me doing right now, everything will be melted. So I like to use a lot of these actually. I think I use about 3 or 4 on her because the tighter stuff sits on the lace to melt everything in between. The more silky and melted everything will look. Ooh. Ooh, bless me. Ooh. So, I feel like it's something in that mousse that just makes the hair just look so nice and soft. I don't know what it is, but it's a magic in that mousse, okay? So, I'm just going in, and hey y'all see me? I'm just going in and tying everything down and then putting her under the dryer for about 10 minutes because the heat on the dryer will also allow the frontal to look very melty. So right now I am just taking the spandex strips off. And now what you guys see me doing, I am just going in with my razor, and I'm also going in with that brush and comb, and I'm just combing through the mousse so that it looks a bit more fluffy so that I can have an idea on how thick the hair actually looks, because when it's wet it looks a bit thinner, but once you comb it out the hairs separate and it will look a bit more fluffy, so I know what I'm working with. So with this part, usually I don't have to do this, but because the hairline was so thick, the baby hairs were thick as well, and I don't like that look of thick baby hair, so I go in and I tweeze out some of the hair that is in the baby hair so that it can look a bit more natural and it will have less density and less weight in the baby hairs, because we don't need that. We want everything to look very natural. And then I'll go in with a little bit more mousse. As you guys can see, it's on the back of my hand. And I'm just adding a small amount to the baby hair so that it can lay back down. But it's not crunchy. Okay, because the Got2b glue would do that. And sometimes I use the Got2b glue, but on different looks. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And I am just tweezing that and doing the same thing, really recutting it, reshaping it, and yeah. that is pretty much it for the baby hairs for the most part. You really just want to take your time at doing everything, and just make sure that you do everything to your liking and also the client's liking. Because sometimes the clients may ask for something and I would, just like give my opinion and say, I don't really think that would look right with the style or something. But, just help your clients out. And yeah, you guys, that is pretty much the look of the baby hairs. So what you guys see me doing now, I'm going in with some silkening mist and like some silk infusion. And I'm just placing that on the hairline as well as some wax stick. And then I am going to comb through everything. And then I'm going to go in with my favorite part, which is the hot comb. I love this part. My clients hate this part because they have been scarred as children. But this part is going to make everything so soft, sleek, and popping. Okay? So with this, you just want to take your time and make sure that you are not too close to the client's skin, because you can burn your client, which is not good for anyone really. So just be careful with this part and make sure that you have your client kind of tilt their head in the way that will make it easier for you to see. So right now I am just defining her part, making sure that everything is flat because the hair is curly. Now we don't want it to look like a hump. We want everything to look flat. So this is a 13x4, which means that it's not really a lot of parting space that you have with this. So, yeah. So I am just cleaning up the baby hairs, making sure that everything looks a bit more clean. And I don't know, I feel like the part makes the wig. If the part isn't nice and sleek and clean, then I feel like it will look wiggy. So now what you guys see me doing, I am just tending to the hair and I am spraying it with water and conditioner. I have to say I love, love, love the curl pattern of this hair. It is so pretty, and this is their kinky curly texture. Everything will be in the description box below for you guys to check out if you decide to order from them. Honestly, I actually really love this texture. I think this is my first time actually working with kinky curly, and I would definitely be working with it again. Okay, it is so pretty and it's so big, nice and fluffy, and it wasn't tangled at all. So you guys, that is pretty much the completed look for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you guys want more client series, then leave a comment down below and I would definitely get more out for you. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to your girl's channel. And before we go, today's motivational quote is, imagine running to God with your problems like you did to Popeyes for that sandwich. Okay? So with that being said, I will see you loves in my next one. Bye. Thank you for watching.